ya, to ya, to ya, back to ya. I have to stop coming back to ya, to ya, to ya, back to ya. I have to stop.
Hey guys, it's your girl Hotto here. Welcome to the XP Women's League B stream. B stands for best stream. It's your girl Hotto and KT. We're here. We're live. Little intro from my end. I'm an ex-washed Women's League pro player used to be on the Vikings team. Not there anymore. They're doing much better without me. But I'm co-casting with your girl KT, coach of the Warriors, undefeated this season. Katie is 1.32, but I'll let her do the rest. Katie, how you doing?
I'm doing good. It's hard to follow that, I think. Goodness gracious.
I wanted to set the tone and just be like, hey, instead of like hype as fuck, Alex just let me get away with just like a little ASMR. And we might bring that back. Depends, what chat wants. Chat wants what chat gets.
Yeah, exactly. Precisely.
Yeah. But oh fuck, I'm autofocusing. So is Alex. But I just wanted to say, like, it's really great that I'm like on the broadcast with you. Played against you. You shat on me.
No, I really didn't. That didn't happen.
That did happen, and I have the scars to prove it. But a little bit about today. We're actually going to be casting the Grumpy Grapes and Viking Army gang. How do you feel about this matchup going into today?
I think it's going to be really, really close. Like, it's going to be a battle for the fourth place for the play-in. So I think definitely it means a lot for both the Grapes and Viking Army going into tonight. I think there's a lot of high stakes involved. I think these two teams are pretty evenly matched. It would be really interesting to go in, I think.
God, you're like carrying this. Like, I'm just like, I have no idea what operators are even in this season. What's banned?
I got you.
Yeah, you got me.
I got you.
I'm also like, this is like, not gonna lie, guys, this is gonna be a bit of a cook stream. I'm like trying to scroll down, finding the run sheet so I could talk about, I don't know, what do we have to talk about today?
Yeah.
Like, league format coming right up. Hey, here we go. Do you want to talk about some of the teams that are playing in this season?
Yeah, so
KT?
we've got 8 teams this season. Obviously, you can see Overt, Grapes, Volpez, Viking Army, and everything. Radical Rebels, Forsaken Boba, Fallen Angels, and obviously my own team, the Warriors. It's 8 teams this season. Each week, teams go versus each other in a best of 1 format, and at the end of the 7-week period, the first place team and the fourth place, up to the fourth place teams, will face off in a finals format in a BO3, and for the final week, it will be the grand final and the third place playoffs.
Shoo! That was great. Holy
Yeah,
shit. Nah, dude.
This is cooked.
Let's talk about Alex. Go to prize. Let's talk about some prizes. Hey, cool prize pool, baby. We playing for $3,000 dues. That's
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah, honestly, it's
That's a chunk.
that's more than, I think, if I remember correctly, that's more than the prize pool that was up for Challenger League when I was participating in this stage. So I think if we think about it, like the best league in Australia has to be XP Esports. Dude. $3,000.
Yeah.
That's not like anything to scoff at, honestly.
And I could be wrong, but like, is Viking Armies currently placed third? So they just have to maintain that momentum to,
I
or
believe
at
so.
least get
I
a
think
win this season to like get third place.
yes. I think this game is Vikings to lose for sure. But I think Grapes obviously got a lot of the, so to speak, harder games out of the way early in the season, so they're coming in strong towards the end of the season as well. So I think that's why this matchup means a lot to both teams going into it.
Yeah, and I honestly like with I could say like previously when I was playing with Viking Armies, I think we saw like a $50 prize pool, and now that I'm out of the team and they're doing way more better than me, they're actually like looking at getting a nice chunk of money out of it.
Yeah.
So good for the girls. Fuck me, right?
I think Alex
but
has it out for you, dude.
I think a few of those players also have it out for me as well. But actually, one thing I wanted to plug, Alex, because we are playing. Well, actually, the players are playing for prize money today, but I also wanted to play a little game with chat today. We're gonna keep things really chill, really casual, no pressure. But I'm gonna be dropping a link in chat. We're gonna be playing some bingo, baby. The prize is nothing but the friendships we make along the way in chat. So just I don't know, cross it off.
Just work with her, Chad. Just work with her.
Yeah, let's go. What else? What else to talk about, Alex? Is that it? What's up next?
Current standings? I can.
Yeah, standing. Let's go. You can talk more about the standings because I'm not gonna lie, I've been pretty like MIA this season.
Yeah, look. Obviously, at the top there, that's my team, the Warriors. 5-0 on the season. 26 round differential. Quite good if you ask me. But obviously, places 2 to 4, obviously hotly contested, as you guys can see. 12, 9, 9, and 6. So you guys can see that Overt and Viking Army are actually equal in points. Overt are barely ahead right now, and the Grapes, should they win tonight in regulation, will jump up to equal fourth in points differential. So honestly, a lot to lose tonight. Looking forward to it.
And do you want to talk a little bit about kind of the drama last week? And how these two teams were supposed to play against each other?
No,
drama,
absolutely not.
No tea?
There was no tea, no nothing whatsoever. There was just a lot of technical issues. There was some unfortunate turn of events, but honestly, I think this is the best case scenario for everyone involved. So it does come up to the fairest outcome today. So
yeah,
hopefully,
we've got no one subbing in. We've got all players in the lobby right now.
Exactly. Everyone that's supposed to be there is there. So we have the fairest of competitions tonight. So whoever wins deserves it.
Ooh, exciting! I'm so excited
This is so
to get
cooked.
into this game. This is actually cooked.
There's no way this is not the most entertaining XP stream they've had in a while.
But like, okay, anyone out there that is watching this, how freaking bad is the talent pool in Women's League, or maybe just R6 in general, that they had to get my ass? KT, to be fair, you have like a bit of clout coming from like a history
There's
of
no
just
way.
like undefeated teams. But like who's even in this fucking season? Why me? But like you could I don't set the standard. If you're out there in chat, you could definitely do a better job than me. You could definitely get involved into the scene and community cast, because we're just gonna keep it chill. We're gonna have fun along the way.
Exactly.
And fill in some dead air.
I'm gonna let Alex answer that, because he begged you to come, and then you were very gracious and granted your time. So I'm just gonna let him answer that for next time.
Yeah, Alex. I know no one can hear you. You're just like a voice in our ear, but like, you owe me.
Alex is regretting his decision, chat, as we speak.
Alex, what are we throwing to next?
What game are we watching?
Oh yeah. Do you want to talk about the game that
You
we're
know,
watching today?
yeah. So tonight's game will be the Viking Army versus the Gapes, or personal friends of ours. If you guys don't know, Potter's obviously from the old Viking Army, also known as Phoenix, I believe, or Barry's Bees. Is that
Yeah, previously Beanix, previously Barry's
Barry's
Bees.
Bees? So
Um,
you're obviously familiar with a lot of the Viking Army girls. Go on walkabouts, uh, weird
um,
ones. L,
L, As and Ticked Off are
yeah,
probably like the newest addition to the teams, but I've played with L before, played with Weird One, played with Gone, um, and I've seen As actually got an ace on our team twice, like 2 seasons ago. So I know she's cracked, and I actually haven't really had the chance to really watch her this season, but I'm actually there's like some really great players, some great fraggers in that team, which doesn't surprise me while they're why they're in the top four right now.
mm-hmm.
What the hell am I looking at?
Okay, I got this. I got.
You got
Yeah, I got this. All right, so for Viking Army's lineup today, we obviously have gone walkabouts. Also, I believe their captain, Weird One, as L, and Ticked Off, who many of us know as Naira. Um, Sub players M and coaches Zethi, a personal friend of Az's and personal friend of many of us. Looking at this lineup, obviously you guys can see as probably the star fragger of this team, as we can tell. But obviously, Hodo, you'd know every single one of these girls are quite capable of having their ones on the day. So honestly, this roster is very evenly matched. Hoping to see a lot of weird and wacky strats come out of the girls tonight.
Yeah, like Elle's a sneaky player from memory. She just comes at you from nowhere, and same with Weird Ones. So like I'm excited to see some like girls get dunked on tonight.
Yeah.
Not biased or anything.
Oh no.
I'm super unfamiliar with the Grumpy Grapes stats. If we want to compare that,
Yeah, bring them up. I
yeah.
got that. So grapes. All these girls are personal friends of mine.
Sheesh.
Yeah, sheesh. But obviously, as you guys can tell straight away, Serenity and Cass, the stars, KD wise for this team. Cass actually is the current record holder for the most amount of kills in any best of one game in women's league history, with 25 kills. I think back in season 4, week 2, I believe. So 25, obviously, I don't think, even watching Challenger League or OCN or OCL or whatever it may be, I don't think I've seen many people, if any, get 25 in a single game. So that's just, it's not something to be laughed at. But I know Bear, Cheese, and Yoshi all can all hold their own against anyone in the league. Serenity obviously was a grand finalist last year with Overt, and was a previous grand finalist with, and a winner as well with Elevate and Nocturnal. So she's had her fair share of experience of winning in Women's League. So I think this roster, perhaps even more so, could be a little bit more balanced than Viking Armies, but at the same time, the unpredictability of Viking Army with L and Az could serve them well tonight.
Yeah, damn. I actually didn't realize how cracked Serenity and Cass were. These are
100%.
some
Yeah.
scary stats. But at the end of the day, I do think like knowing Viking Army girls, how easily they are to adapt and roll with the punches. So I'm actually super excited to see. This will be a great game,
Yeah.
actually. Hopefully, we're not going to see a 0-7.
No.
I think it's good. I think it's going to be back and forth. I think it's going to be great.
Yeah, and obviously, as you know as well, like at the end of the day, stats are not what it seems, and stats don't really mean anything. Like rank doesn't mean anything. So
Mm,
at the end of the day, any one of these girls are capable of top fragging or doing their bit for the team. Just because they're not getting frags on any given day doesn't mean that they're not contributing equally to the win. So
100%.
sometimes maybe one person not singling anyone out, maybe by chance Serenity has an off day, but maybe Cheese goes off, etc., etc. Things like that can always happen. So it's always
Yeah.
something good to look forward to.
Yeah, it's a snowball effect, really. Like, it's your mentality, it's your map that you're playing. There's so many different contributors that could actually take you from being like a favorite from the game and then just ended up on a loss.
Exactly, 100%.
Mm.
All right, Alex, my dude.
And Alex, my dude. Hey, let's talk about map.
Map bands. All right. You know
All
what? I let
right,
you take this
so
one. You know the maps.
Let's have a look at these maps, baby. All right, so we got Villa banned. That's not surprising. I've never seen Villa played in Women's League. Coastline banned by Grumpy Grapes. Not a huge surprise. Vikings ban on Clubhouse. I know they were super comfortable with Clubhouse like 2 seasons ago or like a season ago, so I'm a bit surprised about that. Oregon, nothing to say. Chalet, one of the newer maps. I don't know if it's been played much this season, but the rework probably has something to do with that. Bank, on top of that, never see it played in Women's League. So we're going to Cafe, baby. Cafe. Sorry, you know what? When you're on stream, you just gotta like keep hydrated. Just take a quick sip
you gotta.
here.
Yep, there we go.
Mm, mm.
You got a large depository for that. Honestly,
Yeah. If anyone didn't see that, gag on Alex's tears because I don't know. This is cooked. I actually feel genuinely bad for some of the shit he has to deal with. He's the head admin for XP Women's League. He works like pretty much like nonstop to bring you guys this like entertainment. Shout out to Alex.
yeah. Shout out to Alex. Please make sure the Warriors win. Yeah.
Please make sure the Warriors win. Yeah, Alex, the script for tonight. Can you just make sure that Warriors win?
Yeah, I just gotta plug in my girls just for 1 second and say, "Go the Warriors!"
100%.
And
if you
then,
gotta go for any team this game, just go Warriors. Don't
Yeah.
even like forget Grumpy Grapes.
guys in chat, when are the Warriors playing next?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to.
Let's just go next, guys. Like, I just want to watch the Warriors play.
Yeah, exactly. But no disrespect to anyone else. If once we go back on track, ignore the Warriors for the rest of the stream. But Cafe is, I believe, not a map that's been played all that often in Women's League. In Women's League, obviously, I think Clubhouse and Oregon are two of the most played maps, just because of how stable they've been in the map rotation for ranked and pro league. Go for it. Go for it.
And here is a fancy fly through of Cafe, guys.
There it is.
Look at its Cafe.
It's panned out.
I'm not gonna say the second word because I don't. Dovsky.
Give it your best shot.
It?
Dostoyevsky, I think.
Oh my god.
Okay, now that you're just putting me on the spot.
Hey, we're in game. Let's go, ladies.
Alex, I can see the thing.
Vikings coming strong with the shit talking already.
Yeah,
Come
there
on,
we go.
can you guys shit talk each other? Come on, you guys shit talk me.
Yeah.
Nah, they missed me.
I think they do miss you. There was something about earlier in the warm up.
Oh, let's talk about some of these picks.
Alright, so they're going for a top 4 defense for Viking Army. They've got Maestro, Oryx, Thunderbird, Mute, and Jaeger. So I think Gorn Walkabouts obviously will be in charge of a lot of the rotations and the destruction on the site. Whereas, curiously, on the Grapes, they don't have a dedicated hard breacher for right now. Though it is worth pointing out that Zero and Buck both do have the secondary hard breach charge. Which I think they'll be going for. Shout out to Wazoo R6 on Twitter. I think. Yeah, you know what? Shout out Wazoo R6 on Twitter. Don't know who that is. And face cream shout out. Yep. Does this look familiar at all to what you used to be playing?
100%. I'm like, girls, we need to freshen up these strats. The Oryx pick is a familiar one to me. You're like,
is this a Viking Army special?
A little bit, yeah. Like, to be honest, like Caitlyn roaming around in the Oryx, like you got to be careful for her because she will try and find you, and because Oryx is so flexible, and can obviously jump on top of different levels of the map, you just gotta like be careful.
Yeah, 100%.
Get in and out pretty easily.
Especially with the piano hatches, and I'm assuming there'll be open laundry hatch very soon. There's a lot of rotations that can be done very easily for Oryx.
Yeah.
You can see the Nomad and Zofia rappelling up immediately up to East Rappel. I'm assuming Nomad will be setting down some... Yep, there we go. Some Nomads set down on Held Reading Door, whatever you guys want to call that. Yoshi's upside down rappel on... Yep. The Buck. So Cass is trying to find a pick on White Rappel at the moment.
Yeah, if we have just a like box obviously there to kind of just open up the hatches, it looks like they're going for, would you say like a piano push, like that wall that sits behind the hatch and piano, opening that up,
Yeah,
try
100%.
to
So
open up some of the map and get more angles.
yeah, so for top floor defenses, there's usually one or two ways you can go about it. It's either a piano take, which is what they're going for right now, or you go for east take, which is going on repels, which is what Cass is doing. But obviously, 4 of their members are on piano side, so I think what Cass is doing is just trying to find a pick. And as you can see now, she's coming back over towards piano.
Yeah, and
they're
you can
getting
see like
live drone into
just
piano.
entered.
And Tick just finds the opening
Serenity.
pick.
Nice.
She's just
Tick.
simply just better. Looking for the
Clicking
refresh.
heads.
Yeah. Shit.
saying
Yeah,
that,
Bear
though.
trades
Bear
it over.
turrets, yeah.
That's a very good trade. I think Serenity's put down all her nomad charges as well, so if she does go in as an entry, honestly, it's fair play and it's a good trade at the end of the day. That gets the piano player out of piano, so now they should, in theory, be able to take piano free of charge because they've actually reinforced all of the piano walls, which is not the current meta, so to speak. But yep.
On
Crouch.
that note about meta, though, would you say like the women's league meta kind of just favors differently towards like what you would in like normal games? Like women's league, in my opinion, tends to play a little bit more passively. And speaking on that, as I just say that, we're just getting into some gunfights here, returning some headshots. We've got 30 seconds left in the match.
30 seconds, 3v3.
It's pretty equal, 3v3.
Yeah, but no wars, no freezer, no washroom wars have been opened at the moment. You can see the you can see the Zero crouching in to try.
Interesting. You still got Weird One, I think, in Freezer. They know she's in there.
Bear knows
Only
approximately where the Maestra is. She can
12
see a
seconds
proxy
left.
alarm. Oh, what a shot! She knows the freezer guy's in there.
She's got to
She
go for the
pre-fire.
kill.
Oh,
rough.
sheesh.
There you go. This is what I was just like trying to say before. It's just like with women's league, you like I feel like at least when I played, it was like tend to play a little bit more passively. You kind of get down to like the last 30 seconds and you got to make that push, otherwise you're going for kills, or you just got to plant and get on site.
Yeah.
But to be honest, like there was a few picks early in that round that surprised me.
I think with the whole thing of just how the meta shifted from when you last played Women's League, and also just things with like Pika's advantage and stuff, it's just it favors more. Fortune favors the Pika.
Hold up a second. Is that a dock?
Yeah, that's a As Was Maz special right there. Actually, I've been
Interesting.
very familiar with it. Doc leans more towards his self-sufficiency, his fragging capabilities, as opposed to rather he offers no team utility usually for kitchen defense. So
it's just purely for like self.
Yeah, I'd wager that Az will be using this just to try to get a few spawn peaks, perhaps. Maybe go for a solo roam with sufficient healing to heal himself up with. But yeah, in terms of utility, doesn't offer much other than a bulletproof cam. But this is what I was saying about Pika's advantage and things like that. It's just the whole meta shifted from sort of holding passively, waiting down, burning down the time to sort of peak or get peaked. Because at the end of the day, as you saw just then, Serenity walked right into ticked off in piano, but was able to get traded out immediately. So as long as you get traded, it's playing more aggressive works now in Women's League for sure. And otherwise,
I love that.
Yeah.
It makes the gameplay so much better to watch.
The skill gaps definitely decreased throughout the years as well. So 100% people are just taking more inclined to take gunfights. So
if we just talk about the push for a second, because it looks like they're taking more of a top-down push than trying to go through bakery. Because I've seen that a lot of teams try to go through bakery. They was one by one and just get picked.
Yeah. So I think for this one they're doing another top-down clear, which is quite common in Cafe because of the 3-level play. They're droning down new hatch, red hatch at the moment.
Yeah.
Interesting. I don't think anyone's playing.
To see.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say it's a bit difficult to see from like the top-down angle, but because I can't really tell where Ticked and Az are.
They should be on the second floor. No, they should be on the second floor, I think, because it doesn't seem like anyone is actually playing top floor, playing cocktail or piano. So once they drone this out, they should be able to take this relatively fast. But
Yeah.
there's
But if
already
you're droning,
yeah.
yeah. But if you're not droning properly and you don't know anyone's on that top floor, you're just wasting time clearing.
Yeah.
You've got to be quick if you're doing that kind of approach
Mhm.
because you don't have time to waste on 2 levels trying to get to the bottom.
Yeah.
Especially if no one's up there.
100%. So that's where the importance of pre-place drones come in as well. That's why you have 45 seconds of prep time. So a lot of the time, teams will spend that 45 seconds getting pre-placed drones on the 3rd floor, so they can avoid situations like this where there's only a minute and 15 seconds left, and they still haven't made their way down to the 2nd floor yet. Well, Burner Bear is actually there right now.
Yeah, you could tell she's kind of on the lead, like leading
but she's
the
sort of
charge.
by herself. They've got their flank drones down and everything, and with a minute left, they're finally starting to do some vert. With the help of pre-placed drones and things like that, honestly, you can take top floor control very, very easily in the first 30 seconds. So it's just about intuition at the end of the day. But
Yeah.
they're still making good time. There's still possibilities for a lot of things to happen. There, as we say that, Serenity trays off with Ticked, but immediately gets Burner Bear gets refragged by Az. This.
You can see, like, it's...
Yeah, you see Cass. I think Serenity knows exactly where Az is right now at Whiskey Bar, but
yeah,
it's
they're
just a matter of
kind
who
just,
blinks.
Both, like, yeah, exactly. Who blinks first?
And yep, Az blinks first.
Yeah.
So,
but like, can you see all like the C4s that are coming out and like the entries? Like you got Buck entry,
entering freezer immediately. Yep, there's just nothing.
Oh, they're sticking with the plant. Serenity's clutching it out.
Exactly.
There you go.
That's 100% what Serenity needs to do right there, because Mute and Maestro have both utility to deny the plant. So and with the round going down to the wire, Serenity is able to push that, so you don't get C4'd, you don't get Maestro'd, because they'd both be holding utility to deny the final plant. So 100%, that was a really good play by Serenity pushing there, and I think that was a 4K for the round.
Hey, let's
Sheesh.
go. Sheesh.
I think
previously before just off topic, I was just rubbing my eye because I've got eyeliner on, and I just like, because I could see myself in like the display, it's just like I had panda eyes, and I was like, holy fuck, they're gonna like switch to cameras after this. Like I gotta fucking fix this. Sorry, just side rant. I was just slowly dying in that game because I had like so much makeup in my eye. But they're trying the kitchen approach again.
Yep. So
I think now that they kind of know how they're gonna approach this side again, they're gonna be more prepared.
I think last round, what it came down to was I feel like they got a bit too antsy. They got down to about a minute with really good time. Actually, they wasted a lot of time, as you saw. And honestly, if maybe Az and a few of the others just held their positions a little bit more patiently, maybe they could have forced Serenity to push down brown and down white, because at the end of the day, it's the attackers that need to push into the defenders and not the other way around. So your responsibility as the defender is to waste as much time as possible to make the attacker's life as hard as possible. So I think
100%.
I think that is
spawn peek.
There we go. Oh, does Az get these? Oh, there's no one there. Never mind.
Az does not get these.
That's disappointing.
Nah, we love a cheeky spawn kill, but like that's another thing that just like taps into like the mentality of the game. If you know the enemy team or the defending team, is spawn peeking you, you just have that instant paranoia of like, oh, I got to be extra careful.
Yep.
They're playing aggressive. They're doing, for example, they're doing the top down clear again. I would be second guessing if I was in their shoes.
100%.
Whether or not
that wastes a lot more time as well.
100%. Because seconds matter, especially when you have this approach.
Yeah. You have 3 minutes left. You have to do a full sweep of the entire map, which is 3 floors, by the way. So if you waste 20-30 seconds looking for spawn peaks before you go.
Who's on that top floor?
So now they've switched this up, actually, the Viking army. They've got ticked off on the Jaeger and Cocktail, and Az on Vigil by top white, by Ply. I think their job is, as you can see now, shoot a few drones, 4 down, shoot a few drones, 4 down. And it goes back to it goes back to basically wasting their time, not losing your life. Starve them of information, so when they're forced to push, they're pushing into lines of sight and they're pushing into crossfires, as opposed to taking 1v1s. So once again, a minute 30, and Az just wins her once.
There we go.
I think Az was playing quite an off position there, and
you can see Az about
She-
to knock, about to. Oh,
Burner gets the instant refrag.
nice.
Would love to see it. Now
So
they've
this is the thing. It's like they're 2 players down.
Mhm.
Vikings.
Oh.
3 players
Burner
down.
there. Yep.
This is going to make the site incredibly a lot easier for them to take.
Yeah, so now with the Buck still up on the board and the potential of Zofia, they can do as much vert as they can with 50 seconds left, make their way either down Freezer or Bakery, whichever way they choose to push. It seems like
Gon's,
Bakery
basically yeeted herself out
Yep.
of Bakery. It was like, this is too fucking dangerous.
Yep. feels like, I think the flavor of the month right now is a Freezer push. There go Cass in a 2v4 situation. Cass just playing the vert perfectly. Burner Bear's looking for the K clause that's on Freezer. I would wager that's on the wall itself, on the roof, as opposed to... Okay, she's not even going for it now, that's fine. Opening Freezer wall, yep, so they will be going for a Freezer execute right now.
There's 15 seconds, guys. We gotta get on the site.
Look,
You know, you're 4 up.
11 seconds.
Two.
At this point, they can just flood the site and go for a plant.
Yeah.
As a... L's
Grumpy
trying to
is
deny
sticking
from
with the-
Whiskey. Does L win? Nice, L.
L.
L with a C4, does she
Will
deny?
she get it? Nah.
2v1 situation with Yoshi
looking a
above
bit
as a
more
buck.
chaotic
Actually, this
now.
is a perfect position for Yoshi to be under. Weird One's holding for the push.
L's
And-
using.
Weird One's gets
They've,
those.
they've got that. That was incredibly impressive of the girls, honestly.
Sheesh.
That was not looking too hot for them, but they managed to pull out the round.
Yeah, I think that when that came, honestly, it came down to L winning her ones on Whiskey Bar and also with a wonderful yeeted Nitro as well. That got her a 2-piece, which brought it down to a 2v1. And it just, a lot of that just comes down to personal skill at the end of the day. If you can win your ones,
Yeah.
you win so many of the rounds. Utility still takes you like so far, but at the end of the game, like it is an FPS, right?
Yeah. 100%.
So now we see Viking Army actually going back to the third floor, the top floor defense. I think they've had enough of.
well,
actually,
they won their first
they
round,
actually
so,
can't
you know.
do that. Yes, but going back to cocktail defense, this seems like a pretty similar lineup, with the exception of Ticked Off is actually on the smoke now instead of the Jaeger, which
And I
makes
Maestro's still there.
Yeah, Maestro's still there.
This is looking,
Mhm.
this is looking pretty familiar.
I think with only one set of nades on Grapes, which is on Burner Bear, I think getting rid of the Jaeger is potentially okay if Ticked is obviously more comfortable. I know she's a great SMG player, so she may be just more comfortable on smoke, which is 100% fair enough. And they weren't really threatened with any nade kills, so having Jaeger on the board might not be such a bad thing after all. We'll see coming up.
And Ticked is holding Piano, which I know was like pretty much the common entry point for the previous team. So if you could try and delay that push.
Yeah, the person playing Pixel, where Ticked is playing
Yeah,
right now,
Pixel, that's it.
your job is to basically waste as much time as possible. Maybe get a frag or two before getting traded out, but that's just really a death spot to be sitting in. And
Yeah.
if they're going to win the round, you have to clear the person out of Pixel 100%. So Naira's got a tall order on her hands, I think.
Yeah.
They're going for the same take again. Piano, drone's going down red and New Hedge right now. I think...
Bomb located by attackers.
You were?
I mean, coming from a coach's perspective, because you see the girls like really pushing Piano, right? But you've got so many different entry points onto this site. Like you could propel on window, like you see what Cass is doing right now. You could do maybe like a second level push.
Just like
Serenity
that. Serenity just...
yeets, gone out of the game.
Yeah. It's a very tight angle what Serenity is holding right there, actually. So I think with that, that's Oryx out of the way. That's a lot of the roaming potential out of the way as well. So
Yeah.
that relieves a lot of pressure on the attackers watching for drone. And he is... Oh,
Yep. Tick doing her job.
I think...
She's playing a bit aggressive, isn't she?
Yeah, 100%. Piano
She's not
Couches...
holding Pixel anymore.
Yep. Piano Couches is actually a very unpredictable place for someone to be playing in. And there we go, Tick just went to another's Oh my
god!
Ticked, you're so much.
What the fuck?
Ticked is simply just built different.
4K?
Yep, this is her ace. This is 100% ace. So
Let her
sometimes
have it, guys. Just let her have it.
sometimes playing predictable just it works. It just playing in spots that no one would ever expect. For example, piano couches as a smoke. It just simply works. Simply just.
But then
we'll
also
see.
you expect that pixel to like pixel angle to be. You expect that player to like sit there and basically waste as much time.
Oh
Oh, tits!
shit!
Oh, holy crap, that's insane. You don't see aces in women's league very often.
Unless you're Time for Pie from the Warriors. Just putting it out there.
Unless you're the Warriors.
Yes, unless you're Time for Pie from the Warriors, actually. But in saying that, that's something off someone's bingo. Someone said that's my
Hey,
teammate.
That's my teammate.
Yep, that's the
one
bingo.
for the books. We basically have just like gotten out of the 7-0. Not that I would ever believe this game would be a 7-0, but I think sometimes, especially in my earlier days in the women's league, you did tend to see a little bit of that.
There was
from week
yeah.
to week.
There
It's
was
been like
definitely
7-0
a
or
lot of
nothing.
that. Yeah, 100%. So for that round, I usually, honestly, that like you wouldn't expect a smoke player under normal circumstances to be playing piano couches or even that far
Yeah.
aggressive, because usually in that case, someone like you said, someone should be on repel on the windows, for example, cutting them off from pushing up that far. But obviously, they didn't get the ticked off memo.
No, and
And
they're
she-
three. Okay, and if you look at this, like this is slowly getting out of control of like Grumpy Grape's hands. They're 3 up, which is not bad. It's
No,
not
no.
unwinnable.
No, 100%. Cafe in women's league is actually notoriously very defender sided because of how much you can stall that, as you can see. So honestly, 3-1 is not bad at all because now they have to go to their tertiary site, which is reading and fireplace. So I think Grapes will be expected to do a little bit more on this, but 3-1 right now, if they can come away with one more round of the 2 at least and go to a 4-2 half, I think they're still in a very winnable position. Even 5-1 split is not too bad because
Is there 3? 1, 2, 3, 4. Is there? How many players are currently on top floor right now? It's hard to tell with this. 1, 2, 3, 3 players.
3. So for
Damn.
default readings, it's very normal to have 3 people above because the way you win reading attacks actually is to get vert above reading and go for a plant at reading door protected by vert. So it's very important to not give up the vertical. It's very important to keep that control as much as possible. So
Would you say you're like sitting ducks if that happens?
if they take
If
top
you're like
floor
the-
control with probably more than half the round to go, yes, you're sitting ducks. If they know how to play their vert right with the buck, which I know Serenity knows a lot about how to play buck, sledge, and about how to play the game in general. So I have no doubt if they take the control for free and early, the Grapes are in a really good position to win. But right now, L's actually playing in mining below with vert that you can see in piano double door with a C4 that can actually be yeeted across the floor. But Cass, with no fear, walks into minibar, challenging the pixel shield. She has no fear.
Sometimes you gotta have no fear. I felt like I had no fear though, but like when I played, it was just I was dying a lot.
Honestly, look, when you played back in the days, there was a lot of 7. As we say that, Az hits a very sweet shot onto Burner Bear. At this point, 5v4. There's
1 minute left.
Yeah, 1 minute left. At this point, they could possibly fall back, but as we say that, before Gorn could fall back, Cass gets a very nice trade onto Gorn.
And they've given up that top floor.
Yes, they've given up the top floor, but you can see they still have a Maestro. Never mind, just as I say that. Maestro Cam's gotten rid of.
Bye bye.
Literally bye-bye. But they still have 40 seconds to work some sort of plan here, going by reading, I believe the plant will be. But L is currently sitting in reading. I don't think she'll give this up without a fight. There we go.
Oh my god.
As I say that, it's a twofer. That's what we call a twofer.
Someone needs to take those away from you. You're too deadly with them. It's not
Yeah.
fair. You've been hating your C4s.
This is Cheese's moment to shine. 2 of them drop pillars. Yep, they'll be
10
going for
seconds
They'll definitely be going for a reading flood right here.
Yeah.
Not sure about the utility. Yep, Az gets one.
2 seconds left. Just trade. Get the KD up. Oh, she didn't even get the kill. She just downed her. Oh.
That is unfortunate. But I think once again, what's letting the Grapes down a little bit here is time management, perhaps. Which,
Yeah.
obviously, sometimes it is what it is, and it's
and
very
you know
hard.
What? It's so hard. Time management, because there's so much you have to do as an attack, especially if you're like pushing on that site, which is basically just you have to drone in, you got to coordinate with the team. It's like
There's a lot
so
of
easy
utility
for
to
us.
burn as well, yeah.
100%. It's so easy for us to be like, girls, you're wasting time, you got to get on the
Yep.
site. But when you're a player and you have to coordinate
Yep.
all the different types of measures that are working against you, those seconds mean everything.
100%. It's a lot easier said than done. So, obviously, when I play it, it's a lot harder than what I'm saying. So, as much as I can say that they're wasting time and they need to up their time management, when it gets down to it, sometimes that's just the way it goes with cafe defenses. So they could very well win this round, turn it around on defense, and sweep the defenses. You never know what's going to happen, I think, for this one.
Yeah.
But once again, they are not taking a dedicated hard breach, instead taking what I like to call a secondary square on Cheese and Serenity, maybe. With the
What does that mean?
The secondary hard
square?
So the secondary hard breach is basically sometimes you have things like a flash, a claymore, and things like that, your secondary gadget. But they've introduced the secondary hard breach, which is basically a smaller hard
the
breach
little
charge.
square thing that
Yep.
goes tick, tick, tick,
I call
tick.
that. Yeah, I like calling that a square. It just makes it a
Oh,
lot
but
easier.
it is a square.
Yeah, exactly. It is a square.
Yeah.
There it is. But I think that's more of a comfort pick maybe for the Grapes. Maybe none of them, or some of them just prefer playing things like Zero and Buck as opposed to playing a Thermite or Habana. And honestly, at this stage, if the gun works better for you, just take the gun. I don't,
Yeah.
especially for Cafe, I don't see much of. It's not a really necessity to necessarily have a dedicated hard breach if you have two squares on the board. But once again, they're doing a stock standard top down clear. I think Ticked once again is playing very aggressive on piano. If they get this red wall open and coordinate a double push,
I bet
Ticked
she's feeling very
could
good
be
about herself.
100%. Yeah, it's always
Feeling
very
very
hard to get an
confident.
ace. Oh,
Ooh, and saying
As I
that
say
she gets
that,
shot in the back.
she would not be getting an ace this round.
Facts.
Yeah.
Straight facts.
It definitely would not be. But Cass gets the opening frag. They're making a lot better time right now than their previous two kitchen attacks. So that's definitely a positive. Cass
Yeah.
is making her way down to cocktail double already. So now with the droning of Yoshi as well, they should know that they have full top floor control. And drones are starting to go down second floor, reading, mining to clear those out. I'd be interested to see if as the vigil is actually going to they've all retreated back to the bottom floor, so I think they've just completely given up on this and they're just going to play retake on the site.
Well, yeah, like if you think about it, when you're getting this kind of late, you want to get the win under your belt, even if you have to play it a little safer.
Mhm.
But saying that, though, we saw the girls early take this site earlier with a C4, so I'd be feeling pretty intimidated if I was Grumpy.
Yep, 100%. 4-1. Obviously, mental comes into a lot of this, a lot of the calculations as well. Being down for 1-4 isn't a great ideal situation to be a part of, but I know the Grapes, they're a bunch of like very, very intelligent women, and
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll be able to reset from this. And right now, they're in a numbers advantage with 30 seconds left, with still time to spare, so you never know, they might take this round. I think right now, but for the most part, except for Gorn, actually, they've all evacuated spots of Boulder for the... And once again, they're going to have to flood Freezer. But I think with the Maestro sitting on the bomb, it's going to be very hard to bypass the 80 bullets. Okay, once again, I'm proven wrong. Maestro 80 bullets. Maestro 80 bullets? Yep, never mind.
Wow.
That'll be a 5-1 split to the Grapes.
This is hard, because, like, well, what I mean by this is casting, because, like, I'm just watching the game, and I'm like, holy fuck, like, there's so much that happens, especially when there's that rush push in the last, like, 15, maybe 20 seconds, where just, like, you just watch the girls walk in, and then just, like, there's so much trading going on.
Exactly.
And then all of a sudden, it's just Vikings won.
I think, with time, that once again comes down to time management, and when things get messy.
But would you also say, like, because they have pushed that site the same way every time, like, Vikings are basically just at this point, like, we know where they're gonna come from, like, just we're ready for you.
Yeah, you think so, wouldn't you? But
if you were Grumpy, what would you want to be doing differently?
I think on their defenses, obviously, the first change that you can see is that their first side of defense, they're not actually going to go top floor. They're going to go to their basement defenses. Sorry, their first floor defenses, which means they want to sort of throw Viking Army off a little bit, because traditionally with Cafe, top floor defenses have been the primary, with kitchen defenses being secondary. So I think being 5-1 down, you sort of just have to try something different, a little bit weird, a little bit wacky, is try to throw them off, wrestle the momentum back. But you can see also Cheese bring out the Thunderbird. I don't know if you've played Thunderbird before.
I played her once before, but I actually really like her utility, but I haven't actually experienced her much in game.
Yeah,
has she kind of like shaken up the competition a bit?
No, actually, well, I would say she's a very useful operator, but she's not game breaking by any means. I think.
Yeah.
She's got solid utility. She's got a really solid gun with a spear. By the way, you should try that with a suppressor on one day. Oh my god. It's
yeah. I think that was one of the things on my bingo card when Katie says something very insightful. Guys, cross that one off your bingo card.
That was not insightful at all, but you guys should really try
I like it. I think you're okay. Yeah. No, I think you downplay it. You're a coach of an undefeated team this season. Oh, so you used to play for Elevate, which
Go the Warriors.
Go the Warriors. If anyone remembers those girls, you guys were cracked. I would take any and all tips from you.
The suppressor is a bit of a meme, but you know, it does sound very good, so I do suggest everyone give that a go. But in saying that, Ticked Off is just feeling herself tonight, I think.
Yeah.
Straight away. And she's using the AR, which I don't know if you know, but got nerfed pretty badly a couple months back. So I think you've seen a lot of people switch to the Zofia LMG, but not Ticked Off, she's feeling it. She's going to feel herself on the AR, and they're making great time right now with a minute 40 left. They've cleared all the top floor. Serenity is looking to give herself a flanking opportunity, possibly up Brown, maybe? Nope. She's going to hold her position in VIP, which is probably a smart idea. I think 5v4, 4v5 on a kitchen defense, it's still a lot to play with here. The Grapes are not out of the equation by any stretch of the imagination. But if you see the differences here, with a minute left, the Viking Army actually already been able to do a lot of vert above kitchen, above site, whereas with the Grapes, they were being held by Ticked and Az a lot more on the room, so they were being a lot more disorganized. They didn't clear a lot than they could have. So 50 seconds left. They've cleared a lot of the corners that they need to with a buck. You can see Cheese trying to go for a unsuccessful C4 right there. Freezer hatch being opened by the Thermite. I think now they'll try to start making their way down brown and white, which is what the Jackal's doing right now with weird ones.
And you can definitely see with these the Grumpy Grape girls, they're a lot more spread. They're ready to kind of take on the girls from different angles. Whereas I felt like previously Vikings were quite concentrated in kitchen.
Yeah. So as we say that
strat is paying off for them.
I think time is gonna come down to fight Viking Army in the ass again. The Serenity with her one. Tick. Okay, maybe Tick just goes for it. Okay, immediately we're in a 2v1 situation.
But Gone gets the plan.
And Serenity just wins. Serenity just built different. Yep, simply just built better.
She just built different.
Built better.
She wins these.
She wins these.
Built better. Built better.
Once again, that's a she. But I think that was a case of coming down. Once again, the timer getting run out on, and they have to sort of flood the site, and everything's getting. I'm betting the comms are very confused. Everyone's maybe not perhaps covering every single angle that they could be, and Serenity being able to flank around, go into freezer, and get the 2 picks.
Yeah. And when you get down to those like last 15, 20 seconds, it's just you're everyone's yelling. At least this is how
exactly.
it's like who's planting, you know. If someone loses a diffuser, you've got to kind of like adapt on the fly.
Yeah, 100%. We see actually Az bring 16 onto the blitz. Actually, and this is a
chonka.
Oh no! This is a shield chonka, and then that's a chonka. You can Cheese is actually a very big women's league pioneer of the chonka. She plays that very often, so I've no doubt that she'll be able to get
pre rework. Was she a bit of a
No. Pre
rework
was
purely post.
No. But post chonka has definitely got a lot more utility to play around with.
Yeah.
So,
and again, when you're playing a site where every second matters, like Cafe, Chonka's great at stalling.
Exactly.
Cutting off those choke points for, you know, Vikings where, you know, if they try to all lead into one area, they're just sitting ducks.
Exactly. And the Chonka with the rework has actually 14 of his grenade shamikas, as you call it, I'm pretty sure. I don't know how to pronounce that.
Wait, say it again.
It's called I'm pretty sure it's called shamikas. If someone in chat wants to correct me. But yeah,
I'll check in like 3 minutes.
With the shamikas, she's got 14 of those. So those I believe I think 7 seconds, I believe. Oh my god, Cheese.
Holy crap, she's out.
So I think Cheese maybe got a little bit too overeager on that. Was picked off by Ticked on mini bar repel window. So that's Cheese off the board.
Everything kind of falls to a silence. Everyone's like, holy crap. Alright, we got a pick. What do we do now?
I think now it's important for Viking Army to just be like, alright guys, they have a numbers advantage. It's time to just settle down, drone everyone out, and decide on the next steps, as opposed to just sort of rushing and freaking out. Az is doing her entry things as the blitz, as the shield.
Yeah. You've got
a pre-placed C4, I believe, by Cass. I think that's under New Hatch. Yep. Blown up prematurely. But with the blitz entering, this should be very scary for anyone sitting in Pixel, but no one sitting in Pixel. There is a player in Washroom. Don't know if this is the right angle for Blitz to be challenging, actually, but Serenity is simply, once again, built different and wins those. Which brings us back to a 4v4 situation and actually brings tonight's top frag Ticked down. So that's a very good trade. You see, as sending a down Pixel, getting a 2... That is a very good trade. As Blitz off the board, Ellie on the buck gets a refrag, but that was a very good angle crossfire for Cass to hold. In saying that,
this is looking pretty convincing.
Weird one.
On Vikings side.
I've seen Cass wins those, and honestly, you can never count around
she's still different.
No, 1v2 situation. Default, Plant's going down at default spot. Plant's not going down. They are going for maybe a deep cocktail Plant. Thermite is.
You can see she's ready for that push. Oh my god, she was waiting for her.
It's a 1v1 situation with Cass versus Gorn walkabouts.
And there's 30 seconds left. There's no reason.
Plenty of time. This is more so. This is more so in Cass's favor. Cass wins those. Cass, once again, simply built different and built better.
Is that tactical crouch? Nah, she was just crouching.
No. She was definitely just crouching.
Actually, I did write in my notes today that I saw, I think it was like last week maybe, they put an official ruling in the women's XP about tactical crouching.
Yeah, I'm really glad that they put that in. Like when I stopped playing, honestly. Probably would have been in a lot of trouble, but I think there's been a few instances in the last couple weeks with BMing and stuff in game, so I don't know if that was really perhaps necessary, but at the end of the day, it stops me from complaining, so it is what it is.
Well, like honestly, like, you know, it is a competition at the end of the day. Sportsmanship also plays a huge role, you know, respecting your fellow teammates. Some would argue, is tactical crouching even that bad? But like, to be honest, I've heard it from both sides. It doesn't feel good to have someone do that to you, and then at the same time, it doesn't also feel super great to do that to other people.
Yeah,
Like let your gameplay let your gameplay speak for
Mhm.
yourself.
It's hard being sometimes it's very weird being if you're like going 0 and 10 and you're still tactical crouching all over the place.
Yeah.
It's not a good look, I don't think.
Nah, I
Yeah.
100% agree.
Interesting. Once again, the Grapes are going to their tertiary site, which is Reading Fireplace. As you can see again, Cass is actually playing down below and mining with a C4 to deny any potential piano pushes.
I love the lion pick as well. Sorry, I'm just Viking.
No, 100%.
Viking, I love that. I just never see lion get picked that often, and I think with how, especially with Cass, how roamy she is.
Yeah.
You don't know where she is. If you just want to catch her off guard, find out, get more intel. Essentially, is what I'm just trying to say. Works in your favor.
Lion is actually a very good pick for Cafe because of not only his drone, his lion droning, but also his 3 stuns, and he has a secondary Gorn 6, which gets rid of 4 pieces of utility, which is absolutely
that's so cool.
absolutely essential for Cafe because of how many shields there are and how much maestro cams, bulletproofs that you need to get rid of. So, but I think in this instance, Az is actually using him more of as an entry fragger in this case, dropping straight into.
Oh,
That's ticked off the board straight away. That's
just ticked off the board.
I'm just gonna let you have that.
Just let me wallow in that.
That's 100% Cass doing her job as the pulse, getting her one with a C4, as she should be in downstairs in piano, and now she just has free real estate to sort of feed a lot of information to her teammates, who are 2 of them are holding above right now, as you can see, and 1 of them's holding mid white stairs. So there's a lot of players that will be able to deny the push into Freezer and deny the push into down White Hallway as well. As you can see, Cheese with her grenade Shamikas denying them walking down White. So now they can really come down Freezer. Serenity gets the pick onto Weird Ones. So now it's up to...
Oh, Az is down.
Temporarily downed. Maybe she can be revived. Yep, she's going to be revived right now. I think now might be a good time for the Grapes to fall off in a 5v2 situation, but I think Serenity might be feeling herself and is just going to go for it. Yep, flawless round.
Hey, a flawless round. First one, I believe?
From the Grapes, I believe.
Yeah.
But I think this goes back to what I was saying about how cafes can be such a heavily defender-sided map. Because
I mean, we're seeing it right now.
So as you can see now, I think the momentum's well and truly shifted towards the Grapes. Yeah. Whether that's on the back of some really nice clutches off, I believe, Serenity and Cass. But
are we looking into an overtime, potentially?
I think so. I think so. I think
I think we could definitely see it.
Oh, the Blackbeard's coming out? Oh, never mind.
Oh, lame.
Your main?
No, I said lame.
Oh my goodness.
Commit. Nah.
No.
I love a good buck pick.
I think Ellie's very cracked on the buck, so I think she'll do a good job with that. Going downstairs to kitchen once again. They will be doing actually a bakery extension. I think we haven't seen any of the teams tonight push bakery directly, actually, so not sure how long this setup will stay for.
Yeah, we haven't seen Vikings push on this site, so I'm curious to see how I'm curious to see if they'll do the top down clear, like what we saw with Grumps. That's my gut feeling. But
maybe,
also, maybe perhaps a split push.
Yeah, perhaps even worth them trying to go for a direct take, as to them not stalling out, wasting so much time clearing 3 floors down.
Yeah.
I think they certainly have the utility burn with it. Although they don't actually have any nades on their lineup, they have a lot of flashes with Nomad, Thermite. Actually, they have 4 sets of flashes, but no grenades. So, maybe direct take isn't good enough. But Burner Bear's doing the hatch with 20 seconds on the board already.
I was gonna say, ooh.
Alrighty.
Wrong, girl. Get back down the site.
Actually, it seems like they're going for a direct bakery push this time. As you can see, everyone's.
Oh, girls.
Yeah, everyone's. Seems like they've listened to me. They've learned.
We're actually playing live right now. There's no 3-minute delay.
Yeah, exactly. This is how you stream snipe, guys.
Honestly, I would have been a bit bored watching another takedown push. I'm curious to see what the trade will be like in Bakery.
With this one, as you can see, you have, I believe that's a Jaeger playing Cupcakes, and you have the Kaid playing in Prep. So right now, their main objective will obviously to be to clear the Jaeger out, which would be a lot easier if the reinforced panel that's right next to the on the right side of Jaeger is actually opened. But one of the dangers of not bringing a dedicated hard breacher is that you can't. And as just walked in.
Yep.
As I was saying, one of the dangers of not bringing a hard breacher is that you get wars. Yep.
That happened after.
That happened.
Oh.
Yeah.
Where's Ticked in that?
I think, honestly, I could not see somewhere in there.
Yeah.
But in saying that, Serenity is just biding her time here. They have no nade, so they can't actually push her out.
Oh.
But it would have to be someone pushing directly from. Oh my days. There's no way.
No way. She's just gonna.
She's just walked in.
Hold on.
Oh
wait, what?
The Jaeger was
turned?
blind. The Jaeger was blind. I'm pretty sure.
blind.
Yeah, the Jaeger was blind.
I love how the Jaeger was blind, but looking in the complete opposite direction.
Yes, exactly. It's one of those yikes moments. Oh, they don't know someone's in small bakery.
Attackers have located
I don't think they know someone's in small bakery waiting to flank.
bomb diffuser
Nope.
has been dropped.
That's fine. Yep. So it's all up to weird ones actually in a 1v2 situation. This is totally
Almost
winnable.
30.
That's a
Yeah.
Yep, that is a bulletproof cam staring right at her in the face, so they know exactly where she is right now. And yep,
Wow.
I think once again, Cafe is such a big time waster. You saw how much time they wasted trying to burn Serenity on the Jaeger off Cupcakes, and she sort of just held her position, and she was rewarded for it.
Well, yeah, that's the thing I find about like Bakery Cupcake push. It's just like if you have your entire team just watching you wait and throwing your utility, that's time you can spend elsewhere. You know, clearing open entry points or just like trying to get like a frag pick.
Yeah, it's
very
hard. It's very hard for them to
Yeah.
push without opening the small bakery single panel where Ellie was looking, so they couldn't actually get a crossfire, and it sort of just relied on as having to just basically walk into the crossfire and sort of get her pick, which unfortunately she didn't, but that's not really on her at the end of the day. So I think maybe they benefit a little bit more with some less utility burn and more nades, so you can actually nade the Jaeger out of Cupcakes next time instead of having to push her and risk your life for it. But
Location of a bomb.
none of that
If you
really
burn
matters.
it,
Yeah,
what's the cooldown time on that? Like,
it's about 10 seconds, I believe.
yeah,
So if you burn it and then you don't push her and nothing really happens, she can just sit there for free. So
exactly.
something needed to happen, but right now it doesn't really matter because the Grapes are on defense and they're back on their favorite site, the primary site, which is top floor, cocktail and piano. Oh, sorry,
This is
cocktail
where
and
we
bar.
this is where we saw Cass just absolutely obliterate last time, didn't we?
100%. 1v3 situation, Cass wins those 100% of the time. Unless it's against the Warriors. I feel like I'm getting in trouble for that, but
100%
yes, but I want to make it very clear. Cass is a very good friend of mine, so it's fine. It's fine. But you can see right now they're sort of, I think they're going for a default take. No, everyone's just sort of dilly-dallying around. As I say that, Ticked.
Was that a spawn pick?
No. Ticked got
I didn't see that.
pick. That should have been, I believe that was a mute sitting plywood, and Ticked got a pick off the south rappel window.
Wow.
I think it was just a matter of maybe Yoshi overpeaking that, or Tick's getting a perspective kill. Not too sure, but
I know this is gonna sound really dumb.
that's okay.
But like, you can't taking this site in a 5v4 is so unfortunate.
It really is, because there's so many angles that you have to cover. There's things like long bar, there's windows, there's pixel plywood, a lot of angles that you need to cover, and if you're not covering, you're just going to get traded off. And in a 5v4 situation, if you go for 1v1 trades, then the 5 will win over the 4. So I think it's very important right now for them to sort of, for Grapes to get a little bit more aggressive, maybe try to find a pick and bring it back to a numbers like equilibrium.
However, we see Az and Weird One.
I think Az is gonna try potentially do a ratty play down below.
What does that mean? A ratty play? Like I know what ratty means, but like what kind of ratty play are we thinking?
Sometimes when things aren't working, you just and like things aren't getting cleared out, you just have to crouch walk your way downstairs as Ash until you see something happen. One of my girls on the Warriors is very good at that. AJ Tiger X, just once again, a pioneer.
AJ, she's
Yes,
so nice.
AJ, you know AJ, but
Yeah,
she's one of the pioneers of the crouch walking Ash. Yep, but as we say that,
A bomb
she
has
gets
been located.
immediately punished by Serenity on the Echo. I'm guessing they have a lot of info right now with Echo drones and bulletproof cams. Cass is able to trade weird ones out. Serenity is on fire. If we could go to maybe Serenity's POV.
Yeah,
I would love to watch some Serenity
player
POV.
POVs casting.
It is up to Gone Walkabouts. She's actually on full HP, so this is quite winnable. Two of the grapes are actually less than half HP. So if she maybe can
Gone
get
saw.
one, yeah, maybe she can get one kill in here. But 12 seconds left. There's not really much you can do. And but oh, I thought Serenity had that. But Burner Bear wins those. It's very.
Yeah.
It's looking quite rough for Viking Army actually. I believe that's the grapes winning. I think that's about 5 rounds in a row now, if not 6. So.
Yeah.
I think now this puts the grapes on the first match point of overtime. We'll see if they're able to defend the crown. They're going to the tertiary site, which is Reading and Fireplace. Further one to throw off Viking Army.
We're gonna see the castle get 6 pick onto the the pulse. Try to get some of those vert players. Especially because Ellie's, but Ellie's on the buck. She's gonna be opening up the site. You want to get her. You want to make her nervous, basically.
Locate and defuse as many bombs
Yeah, exactly. So I think
Although they don't know that yet. They're about to
No.
find out.
I think for this one, I think this will come down to whether Cass can do her job once again down in mining and train, and be able to get her a pick with her nitro, or pass enough information on for maybe Serenity or Burner Bear to get a pick from White or Longbar. But I'd be curious to see if the Viking Army girls have made any adjustments in regards to how they're going to push this, because last time they pushed this, they sort of just completely ignored the fact that there was a pulse down below in mining, and sort of just
5 seconds.
waltz their way into piano, knowing there was a pulse there. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, about to find out.
I think they should, in all honesty, they should be going for a default take once again through a piano. It's what most people would like to do, but with a sledge off the board. Actually, sledge is a very contemporary ban, an obscure ban, as you would. But
Yeah.
but on this side, it's actually very useful because, like I said, with reading, getting vert is actually probably 90% of the win condition on reading. So without the sledge, you're sort of just relying on the buck to make vert. So I think Ticked is actually going through. They're going for a below tick this time, it seems. Ticked is actually entering through VIP and dining, meeting Serenity. She would not be meeting Serenity. Never mind. Not sure if Serenity
Would you
knows
say-
exactly.
The
Over-
girls are kind of, at least the Viking girls,
Yeah.
seem to be kind of like split up in their approach.
Yeah, I
But
think.
obviously Tick is so vulnerable to being picked off right now.
Yeah, I think
Um,
they're sort of. They might be running at this stage. They might be running out of ideas of what to do, and
yeah.
you're just trying to find a pick somewhere. Maybe Ticked was trying to find a pick downstairs.
Ellie's
wasn't-
like one
Serenity's
sneeze away
walking down
from-
Brown. I don't know if she knows that Ellie's in, but she gets weird ones. Yep. That's that's the Nomad off the board. Serenity's backed up his pillars. Little does she know, if she just sprayed through John War, Ticked will be waiting for her. Serenity gets the trade onto Ticked. Ellie is gonna walk up.
3v4.
Ellie is gonna rappel up to Hell Door. And we'll see if in a 3v4 situation with a
Serenity, like a shark, is just waiting.
she just built
That crosshair placement
that
is
crosshair
just
placement is
looking
on point.
so on point.
She's looking for the frags. Oh, the Jaeger recoil. Oh, no, she makes it work. Sheesh. Alright, 1v4 situation. She knows exactly where the thermite is, and she'll be able to clean up top.
And
That's
Gone
it.
walks to her death. Wow. Honestly, that was great.
Honestly,
I mean,
as like you saw, even at 5-1, down 5-1, it was not over by any
No.
stretch of the imagination.
no.
Even at 5-2, like they were able to bring it back round after round after round, and I think full credit to the Grapes girls.
And let's
Their mental didn't get down.
Serenity with the 20 bomb.
Serenity with a 20 bomb.
TikTok
Wow.
taking
Wow,
the
wow,
most
wee wah. My God.
fragging player.
Yeah.
That's great. Honestly, very much feeling herself that round, and she should be like, holy crap.
Yeah, I think
Nothing to sneeze
another.
at.
Yeah, nothing. I think another couple of rounds more after that, and maybe Serenity could have gotten the kill record for Women's League with 25. But I think. I think there'll be Serenity will be a lot more glad to actually get the win rather than kill record. So good on them.
Don't mind me. I just got super comfy.
That's okay.
This is genuinely how I play like games. I'll just have like one leg up, and I'll just be like.
How do you
This is
like
my game.
the drawing of the duck? By the way, very important
Before
question.
I was trying to like do a shoot off with it. It's so fucking like cool, man. You
Yeah,
guys-
it was actually made by Mons, also from the Warriors. For last season for our team Quacked, by the way. Shout out to Mons,
God.
but yeah, I think the Grapes, that was such a close game overall. The Grapes actually prevail 7-5, but
honestly, like I think despite like the dominant performances on each like defense, there was it still didn't feel like, even though I guess like Grumpy won 6 like rounds in a row, I wasn't feeling like it was anyone shitting on anyone, if you know what I mean. Like
I think it was very
it still
even.
felt
Yeah.
close. Yeah, like
Yeah.
there's still trades. There is like still like some really dominant performances from Vikings as well, in response to like how, but like, you know, you said at the end of the day, Cash just built different.
Cash just built different and better in every single way. So Serenity, a 20 bomb is nothing to laugh at as well, by the way. 20 bomb is
No.
so hard to get. I've never hit a 20 bomb in Women's League, so what the hell do I know? But
Well, if you can't play, coach, right?
yeah, exactly. If you can't beat them, coach them, right?
Coach an undefeated team.
Exactly. So yeah, shout out. I think the girls on Viking Army maybe just suffered from the same syndrome as the girls on the Grapes as well, with time management on attack especially, and sort of choking out for time. And
Yeah.
obviously they lost 2 very unfortunate clutchable situations, and that could have. So I think that goes to show how close the rounds were, as you said, because if they had just won those 2 clutches, the Serenity and Cass clutches, this would have been a 7-5 in favor to Viking Army. So
Yeah.
I think at the
And
end
you
of the
know
day,
what?
yeah, go for it.
It does solidify their placements, because obviously they're quite close. But saying that, Viking Army still got a lot of points on the table. They got the most out of that round that they probably could have for the next round if it gets down to playoffs.
I think they should be the Viking Army girls should be the Viking Army girls should be very happy with how they performed today overall. As you
Yeah.
can see, the standings now, the Grapes are actually on equal points with Viking Army and Overt for
Oh wow.
3rd and 4th place, but obviously behind by a little bit due to round differential. You can, as you guys can see, Warriors are still on top, and
You do not quit.
with Forsaken,
And they will stay on top.
yes, they will stay on top. But Forsaken Boba with 12 points over Viking Army and Grumpy Grapes on 9 points. So that'll be a very interesting fight in I believe, the last 2 weeks of the competition to see who gets 3rd and 4th place. Because
Yeah.
4th place will play Warriors first up in the first week of the finals, and 3rd place will play Forsaken. Either Forsaken Boba, Overt, or Viking Army, like either one of them. Second will play 3rd, first will play 4th. So it'll be very interesting to see as well who gets the matchups for.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that was overall a very entertaining game.
Nah, I loved watching every minute of that, and I know the girls Probably a little bit sad about their loss, considering where it makes them stand in the placements. But at the end of the day, like I think they did amazing. They rolled with the punches, and they got the points in the round diffs, and they got the most they could out of it.
Yeah, honestly, I think, yep. Let's see this. I think, as we can see here, Serenity and Cass leading, and Burner Bear leading the way for the Grapes, while Ticked Off leading the way for Viking Army girls. Serenity with a 4.0 KD actually. Sheesh. I reserved one sheesh just for Serenity, but
Oh,
I
God
think
bless.
Tick did amazingly well. Her ace was very, very fun to watch. I think
Yeah.
all the other girls on both on Viking Army and Grumpy Graves, they all did their jobs very well. Otherwise, it wouldn't be a 7-5. It wouldn't be as close as it is, because at the end of the day, it is a team game, and fragging is not all that matters with this. And Serenity and Cass wouldn't be getting the frags that they were without the help of Cheese, Yoshi, Burner Bear. So it was definitely a very complete team performance. With this, as you can see, I think it was very hard. It was very hard fought for the Grapes, winning every single one of their defenses actually, which is pretty amazing. But yeah, I think that just shows once again how defender-sided Cafe can be once you get the momentum.
100%. You get the momentum, and then you get the wins. Right? That's what they say. That's what people say.
I don't know, man. Ask the Warriors.
Oh no, this is fun.
100%. I think going forward, I don't. Alex, do you have the upcoming matches by any chance? Okay. Do you know who the?
We do not have those graphics.
But I think next 2 weeks, both of them. I'm not sure if the Grapes have Viking Army have played Forsaken Boba or anything, but if they haven't, okay. So Viking Armies actually have to play Forsaken Boba, which they're on second place right now. That will be a very tough match. So it'll be very hard for Viking Army to be able to. Oh my days. Okay, first of all,
they can't hear projection, guys.
Yeah,
Sorry, this is full of conversations between Alex and Katie.
Yeah, first of all, good luck to the Viking Army girls for the next 2 weeks. Good luck to the Grapes. But Viking Army actually have 2 very difficult matches coming up in the next 2 weeks with Forsaken, Boba, and Overt, respectively.
Yeah,
so,
it's going to be an uphill battle.
Yeah, it's going to be a very uphill battle. So we'll see how that goes. I think at the end of the day, it'll be a very uphill battle, especially now that Grapes are caught up on equal points and Overt are on equal points as well. So most likely, I think the last week between Viking Army and Overt will actually determine who gets fourth place. So that'll be very, very interesting to see. But yeah, what is the next? Oh, okay, okay, cool. All right. I think. Thank you. Look, this was such a cooked stream, but I want to thank you for your time, Hodder, as well. Thank you, Alex,
thanks.
everyone.
I had a great time, honestly, and like it's like the energy and like the insight you bring as a coach to these games is like so valuable.
Yeah, I don't I always say I'm insightful, but like the girls that I coach disagree, and I can see them in a Discord watching this right now, and I can tell you for sure they're not saying very nice things about me. So maybe I won't be
saying nice things about me.
No, they're definitely saying nice things about you.
I'm a Warrior stan, guys. Like, come on, you need more fans.
After tonight, if you're not going for the Warriors, then guys, there's something wrong with you guys. Come on, up the Warriors. But guys, Warriors play next week
on stream.
I will check that for you right now because wait. We are on stream actually. Yes, next week 10 past 9 AEDT against Radical Rebels. Just putting it out there for everyone. I expect you to be amongst the audience, Otto.
I will be there in my Warriors t-shirt. Drinking my Alex tears.
Alex's tears?
Oh, Alex's tears.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, thank you so much, Alex and everyone.
And thanks for the friends and the family and the players and can't forget the simps. that come back every week to watch XP Women's Esports. And I'm just gonna wrap it up. We've got a long day. We've got shit to do, don't we, KT?
Oh yeah,
Thanks
I
for
gotta.
watching.
Yeah, thanks guys. No, I gotta go talk to my team. You know, I got things to do. But yeah, thank you.
All right.
Thanks everyone.
Peace out, guys.
Peace out.
Powered by AMD 3rd Gen Ryzen processors, the ROG Strix B550F gaming Wi-Fi provides first-class gaming features and style. The B550F Wi-Fi features a robust 12+2 DR-MOS-teamed Power Stage VRM design with high-quality alloy chokes and durable capacitors to provide reliable power for the latest high-core count AMD CPUs. Fanless VRM and chipset heatsinks with our StatCool 3+ design keep your system running reliably under heavy load by enhancing passive cooling capacity for critical onboard components. For the best gaming connectivity, you get Wi-Fi 6, Bluetooth 5.1, and 2.5 gigabit LAN with Asus LAN Guard. You also get dual M.2 NVMe SSD slots, one with PCIe 4.0x4 connectivity, plus a USB 3.2 Gen 2 Type-C port and Thunderbolt 3 header. Our pre-mounted I/O shield makes installation a breeze, and with USB BIOS flashback technology, your system's firmware can be updated for next-gen CPUs using nothing more than a PSU and a USB flash drive. A pristine Supreme FX S1220A codec with DTS Sound Unbound and Sonic Studio 3 draws you deeper into the action. Communicate clearly with Asus AI noise-canceling mic technology. Asus exclusive AuraSync RGB lighting, including 2 RGB headers plus 1 Gen 2 addressable RGB header, let you make your PC's lighting uniquely yours. ROG Strix motherboards undergo an extensive certification program to ensure the very best compatibility with the widest range of components and devices. For a smooth build process, refer to our list of guaranteed compatible components. Ascend to next gen with the ROG Strix B550F gaming Wi-Fi.
I'm stuck inside of these walls within.